this is maintenance. The task of keeping your car in its best condition. To further enhance your enjoyment of owning your car. The feeling of enjoyment when owning your car after you fix a bothersome condition, such as a warping noise, or a noisy vibration, or even a shaking while driving.
And this is maintenance.
Actually, yes, this is my second video talking about how terrible it is to own a Range Rover when it's old. The first one...
But in a nutshell, have you ever just gotten the occasional light indicating something is wrong with your car? Right. I'm glad we're on the same track. There goes you bringing out your tools, getting ready to diagnose and fix the problem. Or you could take your car to the dealership as you are prompted to in the dash cluster. When working your car, have you ever just stopped and said to yourself, damn, why the f did they do this? Who in Jesus, Hussein Christ's name made this like this?
Oh, I know, the engineers, cause they done left the crap they were supposed to give at the crib. I'm referring that most of the time you either have little to no room to replace that sensor that's been harassing you for the past week, or that freaking pulley that's deep in the ass crack of your car. And even worse, having freaking electrical problems that cause your car to have multiple Christmas tree lights.
For all you Honda users, has this happened to you?
Brake light, but also your battery light being on as well. Due to the fact that a single or a few copper strands in your wiring harness is either torn or out.
Subaru, Tristan, that Subaru's a bad idea. No, man, it'll be great. Subarus are reliable and they're easy to work on. God damn it, you piece of shit.
First off, you don't even know where to even begin with this. I would honestly do 3 Subaru head gaskets in a row, then do an entire wire harness diagnostic on a freaking Mercedes SL. That is how bad it can get. Yeah, I can understand. You can just probe it. It can be that simple sometimes. But you gotta admit, you're gonna need a PhD just to change a headlight bulb on an Audi.
Bruh.
I once heard an engineer will pass up 1,000 virgins to f a mechanic. But wait, there's more, because BMW engineers weren't satisfied with you casually replacing your car battery after it died. Now, let's talk about their next topic: overcomplicated maintenance procedures. This is maintenance
BMW
series. Replacing the battery in this car is like calling roadside service, but you need to enter in coordinates to your granny's house in order for them to help you in the first place. It's not really that simple, because right when you put that battery in, it's not gonna start right off the bat. Oh, why? Oh, because you need to register it. Listen closely.
Hey, yo, what the f?
Alright. You gotta get to the battery, disconnect the battery, lift out the battery, make sure you scratch up every part of the trunk when taking the battery out, then put the new one in. Then hook it up, and after starting, hold on. Guess what you gotta do? You gotta download that Beamer Link crap. You hear me? Beamer Link. By the way, if you're doing this for a friend or family, don't forget to charge them that spare 0.9 hours you charge them, since it's not even under warranty at all. The main point of this is that you shouldn't let a battery job take no more than 5 minutes, especially if you're in a rush. BMW just literally just said, but why make it easy when you can make it Bolivian?
Come on.
Okay, how to replace your Mercedes-Benz GLE 350 battery? Okay, let's get this started. Number 1, remove the driver's seat. What in tarnation? Let's touch back at this Audi nightmare. Certain Audi and Volkswagen models like the Audi A4, A6, and V, and Volkswagen Touareg place the timing chain at the back of the engine. Meaning if it stretches or breaks, you have to remove the entire engine just to fix it. Now, imagine yourself going to your sneaky links and your 167,000 mile Audi A4's timing chain gives out. You get it towed to the Audi dealership right up the street the next morning, and a few days later, Audi hits you up with this fat ass, weak ass repair bill of $4,521.15. Overcomplicated maintenance and engineering can also include sandwiching components and parts in the engine, leading to one entering Pandora's box as soon as they touch a Land Rover. I mean, like, come on, y'all. Don't this thing look like the Death Star's ass crack?
I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing look like the Decepticons vaping pen. One instance is the Porsche Boxster.
Imagine if your son or daughter burns the clutch on your 981 Porsche Boxster, and you're already going to the dealership and they real ready to charge you about $6,000 just to change that clutch out. Alright, so this is specifically for my Porsche owners. Do you have at least about 6 to 7 racks just lying around in your house, sitting in your wallet? Okay, go ahead and just get the job done. For the other people, watch, listen closely. You're already going to the dealership and they're real ready to charge you about $6,000 just to change that clutch out. Alright, so you go to the house and you want to do it yourself. Okay, fine. Okay, here's what you gotta do. What you'll have to do is set the convertible top open. Remove 3 panels to see even if you even got enough room to even work next to and around your engine. Oh, you thought changing the clutch gonna be quick in a weekend job? Ha! Welcome to Porsche ownership. Or even your tools will even cry in frustration. Enough talk. Remove your trunk to see the back half of the engine. Then on top of that, drop the subframe, bumper, and all axles to remove the engine. All of this work just to change the freaking clutch. Adding to that, you better know what you have and you better know what you're doing, especially if you got a bolt that may be stripped or a bolt that may not be tightened down or something that's not even in place because you have the transmission out of the car as we speak. One screw up and you're taking all of that off again. So get to it. I ain't gonna lie, twin, you had me convinced, but I ain't doing all that though. Second instance, Nissan. After 2004, another story for another video, Nissan put cheap, weak CVT transmissions in nearly everything. They overheat, shudder, and fail before 100,000 miles. So just make sure you have a spare 4K ready to toss at a baby mama mobile of a Nissan Sentra. It don't matter how much you babied or grannied the car, the transmission's still gonna go out after some time. You can't even rely on a Nissan product because the freaking turbos keep going out on your Q50 Red Sport. Or literally the coolant in your 2005 Nissan Frontier turns into strawberry milkshake.
Shake. Consistency.
Another example of casual maintenance. This is called the pain in my left testicle, also known as troublesome maintenance. Here's one example on a Now, let me introduce you to the Triton spark plugs, also known as the spark plug straight plug. Back in the day, doing a tune-up on an early 2000s Ford F-150 with the 5.4 liter Triton was like volunteering for emotional damage. You could be a seasoned wrench guy, but it won't matter. You're still one busted knuckle away from damaging a wire or worse, stripping a spark plug inside your engine like it's some kind of mechanical landmine. These engines had aluminum heads with, wait for it, 3 or 4 threads holding the spark plug in. That's it. Over time, the heating cycle and just pure engineering negligence turned those threads into butter. So when it was time to pull the plug, boom. Damn, bruh, I just stripped a fucking spark plug, bruh. Hate to say it, but from this point on, you are nothing but, dog, you're cooked. You're so cooked. You better hope that customer don't up a switch on your ass. Better count your prayers. Now you gotta take the head off. Now you gotta do A, B, C, and D just because of a broken spark plug. Now you're staying with your engine like,
Oh my god, I'm gonna need some extra moonshine for this. Ah, Lord.
imagine your grandma's old Crown Vic coming in for a tune-up, right? And the mechanic comes back and said, yeah, we might need to keep your car. Your cylinder head just stripped from a spark plug. Like, bro, a spark plug, bro. Damn, Daniel. That's something nobody ever wants to hear. $80 spark plugs turn into a $2,000 repair. So, with closing that is the 5.4 liter Triton V8 engine for the F-150s. Subscribe, like, comment, and that will be all. So to close this video out, the gist of this video is to show you that there are cars that take simply an hour to fix, and there may be a car that may take a couple of hours to even a whole day to fix, but there will always be a component or a procedure that makes you want to smack the taste out of a Land Rover's engineer's mouth.
Hey, We got done with the Range Rover's engine. We had to put the oil dipstick under the engine mechanic. Can check the oil.
If you ever do that again,
From a simple oil change to a whole engine rebuild to a wiring harness replacement under warranty. This is